kicked you out at 19. Highly successful people who are friends of mine really actually began judging me and who I am based on tabloids. I'm not the first and only man that's been married 2 or 3 or 4 times.
Of course you are not.
Yeah. Only an idiotic nation takes that thing to heart and actually make it substantial. My life with any of my kids ends at 22. Call me on extreme emergency.
Wait, so now, most of 22, are you kicked out of the house? Like, go find it?
No, I kick you out.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know how we do, right here on the Elevate podcast, I'm a A-lister. I'm moving conversations, and it's always a good time. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Selbeyonce, but those who love and adore me, call me Selbeyonce. Today's guest, I'm so nervous. Even from last night, I'm like, do I do this? Do I come up with an excuse and say, listen, I am sick, I'm in a hospital, something? He is a Grammy Award winner, amongst other awards that he has won. He's a composer, he's a performer. When you think Lion King, angeke ukwazi ukuthi ungalifaka igama lika Babu Lebo M. Simbiza ukuthi Babu Lebo M because samaZulu and siyahlonipha kakhulu. Kodwa uLebo M. We know so much about him. I've just asked him ukuthi, is he going to stop anytime soon? And by the looks of things, engathi ngeke kwenzeke. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, onto the show, uBabu Lebo M. Hello, kunjani? Gani. Ninjani bab?
Yeah, I gotta respond.
Is it okay?
When are you gonna stop? My answer was, it's like saying, when am I gonna die?
No, it's not that.
Nah,
it's just that.
I can't relate to stopping because when you do what you love to do, it's not work. So because it's not work, I'm able to bring all of me into any project, in any work I do. So for me, it's like if there's an idea that my mind and my brain stops functioning creatively, my natural system is like, stop breathing and die.
Let's come back to the natural system. When you're at home, is it all work that's going in your mind? Are you thinking of concepts? Are you thinking of the stage? What's happening?
My kids will probably say that. And everybody else that comes in and out. No, actually. I do tend to, because we're dealing with so many people around the world with so many projects. One has had to learn to manage my personal time. And I've come to love and enjoy being at home and have my phone off minimum 3 hours a day.
I don't know if I love.
And then sleeping patterns are never consistent because you're consistently adjusting to global time. But when at home, I work a lot more harder to try and have longer sleeping hours. And that's my me time. And then, of course, I love long distance driving and spending time with my 2 daughters, who are the only youngest one that are at home.
1994, you were already published by Disney. Did you think at that time, ukuthi Lebo M is going to be as successful and as big and as internationally acclaimed njengamanje?
94 was a release, a Lion King. Which actually is my 4th movie. The first movie was major feature film was Power of One. And I did a couple of other movies. Power of One is a Warner Brothers movie, and then did a couple of other movies. By the time Lion King enters, to be honest, I don't even think anyone at Disney thought anything significant of Lion King, because the movie at that time was Pocahontas. That was the big thing coming out. So Lion King was, okay, let's do this African project. And then we came in and put the personality and shaped the storyline and gave it a home. And I think even today, we never saw it as this. There's a time where it became real. Wow, this is a global phenomenon. But it took a long time for me to adjust to that. When I couldn't go to a restaurant or go to a toilet, everywhere I'm going is nonsense. Like, whoa.
Can I only hear that when we are on stage?
Then I adjusted when we did our first Broadway production. That's almost 30 years ago.
Broadway as well.
Then I started going behind the scenes because now I'm training cast, I'm auditioning people all over the world. I'm here. I'm in Joburg. I'm in Cape Town. I'm auditioning. So I adjusted to not relating to the beginning of the Lion King movie.
Yeah.
For a good amount of time, maybe 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Then I made the biggest mistake. I produced the Lion King South Africa.
Oof.
Then
why the biggest mistake?
Well, because I then had to go back to research the project.
Mm-hmm.
As a producer of the Broadway show, there are things that I would remember. And now I have to get inside the characters that I've lived with for so many years, but I live with them as a composer. Now, as a producer, I have to engage the director, I have to engage everyone. Everything's
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. So I have to go back and research the work I've lived with for all these years.
Now, 25 years, umsebenzi wakho usadlala worldwide, everywhere. Mawucabanga ngokubuka kwakho, what is it le ANC yasustaina for so long? Because it's a hit, like it will be a hit, like even Naksasa, even like 25 years later. I mean, that into engajwayelekile.
I think ajwayelekile because the Lion King property introduced the idea that you can create African content to the highest quality and it can be globally competitive and sustainable. And I think also the authenticity of the creative process, therefore, in short, the authenticity of the South Africanness of the Lion King, the movie and the Broadway show, gives it that. Because you can't, since day one, the first people I had for the original Broadway show, actually South Africans that were in Sarafina.
Yeah.
The first cast members of the Lion King Broadway were not Americans. I personally hired the first 5 remaining cast members of Sarafina.
Oh, nice.
And what we did for a year and a half, it was very hard to convince the union in New York that you can't do the Lion King on Broadway without South Africans. So around the world, we have about 14 productions around the world that are running now almost 27 years. That's what kept the authenticity, and it is that feel, the South Africanness of it, that makes it a sustainable project.
Take us back to your biggest frustration in your career where quitting was imminent.
Where what?
where quitting was in your head.
I can relate to quitting.
Is it?
The reason I'm saying that is the kind of frustrations you have are actually not because of the project or the creative project. It's the business behind the project that you're doing, where the racial implications of who you are in Hollywood or anywhere come to play. And while one is creating on a stage or in a studio, you're surrounded by lawyers fighting battles that have nothing to do with the project. Because you demand excellence and you hire and fire people. Yeah. So that's anything else that...
And also you're a foreigner, like you this is not home for you.
No, that's not limited to America or England. It's especially in South Africa. It's actually worse in South Africa.
Oh, no.
Yeah, where someone like me, who is very strong and very determined and does what we do, is unapologetic, it still has a major problem with the corporate mindset and, in fact, even the political structures. So the frustration is not necessarily, it's not the work or the project, is the so-called powers that be that you have to fight to get your project done or get it through to excellence.
When we look at The Lion King and it has grossed over billions and billions of dollars, what makes it stand out so much?
Well, it makes a lot of money for a lot of people.
Yes.
Anything that makes a lot of money for a lot of people and is self-sustaining. You don't have to spend a lot of money marketing The Lion King. That's one. Two, remember, The Lion King sustains itself on Broadway productions. We've just finished, we just released Mufasa.
Yes.
So in the movie screen, it has this long, sustainable audience.
Yeah.
And then for the last 12, 13 years, going on tour with myself and Hans Zimmer, we've sold out arenas around the world based on the same property and others, So a project that is so loved by consumers around the world, you don't have to change a lot. Yeah, you just need to bring in a new approach to telling the same story.
And how do you bring in that new approach in telling the same story?
Well, Mufasa is a perfect example because 1994, the movie had the same story.
Yes,
The Broadway show
it was
remains,
a spin-off.
Yeah, the Broadway show remains the same.
Yeah.
Because on Broadway you can't necessarily go extreme.
Yeah.
Once you've signed off and greenlit a project on
Yeah.
stage, that in the movies, now with the social media and everything else, to reinvent a project subject matter is the coolest thing, because as a matter of fact, you have a lot more young people that can come up very innovatively with ways of telling the same story so many different times.
Yeah.
So when the whole idea, when I heard of Mufasa coming, and I was the first person to be called in the music department, I was like, whoa, okay. Now I get to know what actually is the story before I go in and students say, because I always try to figure that out.
Oh.
You know? Because remember, there's no backstory before that first thing.
No.
Yeah? So which means either then you have to guess, and you have to guess, and how it ultimately revealed itself by a great director. It takes a great director to tell a story that is so iconic and make it relive. So it's really a director's job and director's vision that tells a story differently.
Nice.
Then we come in with music. I'm really lucky and blessed that with all the Lion Kings around the world, there's only one track. There's nothing all this time. When I was hired to do Mufasa, I say I'll do it if I write and produce a new beginning.
Ooh, okay.
So some nice negotiations were done. So throughout the entire year, all these years, the first time you hear a new different beginning is how Mufasa starts. So that's kind of cool to be able to take, again, the same idea of the same project, begins with the same approach, but creatively delivered differently.
Was there ever a time, or ever a year, Lakona, Lion King was not doing so well? Was there ever, even in the books, was there a time? What was going on?
It's not limited to Lion King, COVID.
Yeah.
It's the only time.
Yeah, and how was that?
It was terrible. If you're used to sustain your livelihood and giving audiences around the world on screen, in arenas, and on Broadway, that great feeling of coming out of your depression, whatever, you can go to a movie.
Man,
you
it
can
was
go.
such a time.
So when you don't have that, that's actually when I realized that the work we do is really important.
Yes.
That's when I realized that the work we do have an impact, because first it hits me that
of course,
I can't work.
Yeah.
Then you realize that my work has an impact on people. So when we went back on a touring circuit with our arena package with me and Hans, I started actually realizing the work I've done 30 years ago. When I go on stage and the whole place just falls apart. So you realize that there's a human connection to the work versus, okay, did that and wow. So COVID helped me almost re-energize myself, almost like I've never done this project again, and looking at it from a new approach. So that's the only time that we shut down, and there was commercial and financial loss. But again, one has learned to look at the upside of things. When that happens, I learned that because there's a void, my work has an impact, emotionally and spiritually, to people around the world.
Yeah. And were there ever plans like in place, for instance, because from then, since COVID, the world just went digital and virtual. We have meetings virtually now. Was there ever a plan in place whereby probably there was going to be like some sort of a virtual screening and things like that?
Of visual screening
of the show, probably, and how do we even get these people together?
Well, in terms of the Broadway production, that can never happen because it does not make commercial sense. But the movie and the movies are actually right now in rotation via streaming and all of that. So the future landed on all sectors in the world, and everybody had to adjust immediately. So it's still commercially viable. You can get Mufasa right now on your phone.
Yeah.
Or you can get original Lion King on your phone. So.
Nice. Let's talk about other performers and other producers that you've worked with, apart from Hans Zimmer. Who are they and how has it been?
Obviously, my friendship and relationship with Hans Zimmer is the longest, for obvious reasons. But I also have the longest relationship with other people behind the scenes.
Okay.
Mark Mancina, who co-wrote He Lives in You with me, and we produced the original production of the Lion King music. I actually worked on him on Mufasa.
Oh, nice.
You know, so there are these long, sustained relationships that have earned me the ability to be present and learn from great people. You know. Spent a great deal of time with Quincy Jones, Jerry Goldsmith. There's so many people that I know I have learned from and worked with very closely. That diverse. Even South Africans, I spent a great deal of time in my early years with Hugh Masekela, Miriam Makeba, Kaifa Semenya, Jonas Kwangwa.
Yeah.
And in being in that close proximity, Mbongeni, I spent a great deal of time in Mbongeni. I did Sarafina tour as a kid in the US. So I've been blessed enough to work across the spectrum. Elton, Beyonce, Pharrell, everyone.
How is Beyonce, by the way?
Beyonce is cool, people.
Okay.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Beyonce is cool. Really cool. Really, really an amazing person. And so is Pharrell. So is everybody else.
Yeah.
Because I think we know the business we're in.
Yes.
We don't leave the room being that. We know. I always tell people that my name is Lebo Hamoraka. I work for Lebo M, and you see people go like, what?
That is so cool. I am taking that. That is so cool.
I work for Lebo M.
Yeah. Nice.
I work and own a product called Lebo M.
Lebo M, of course. A legend. The legendary Lebo M. When you look at the South African entertainment industry, and ngikubuza local because you are the great Sibukela Gwena, you're amazing. You're a legend. We look up to you. Are you happy with how things are going? And if not, what is it that you're not happy about? What can we change?
I left South Africa to go to exile at age 16.
Yeah.
I entered the business at age 14, which means I've had the privilege of seeing both worlds.
Yeah.
Both worlds in South Africa and growing up in the industry in the US and the UK and all over the world. I think the most exciting thing to me about when I first came back home, when Chico, Arthur, Mdu, and all those guys were like the hot stuff, is I am extremely proud of the generation that comes after that generation, because it stopped being about on stage.
Yes.
It became about, well, this is a business.
Yeah.
So if nothing else, long before my piano, there was Kwaito.
Yes.
Long before Kwaito, there was Bubblegum and Brenda and all of that.
And disco.
Now, the commercialization of that never, from a business point of view, was never in our hands, which is a completely different story now with the brothers that are out there basically kicking ass, taking care of business and doing business. And I hope that grows even bigger as opposed to 15, 20 years ago. So that's a huge upside. The downside is, I think as a country, which is different from the continent, as much as we are gaining success with one or two or three individuals, we haven't come to understand and we haven't come to terms of appreciating the commercial value of culture. That there's a sustainable currency in gaining success globally from your identity and who you are. In other words, in fact, I'm here celebrating and honoring that, which is probably the longest, most sustainable, most successful career in African history, not in South African history.
Course,
A career of Joseph Shabalala. So what I mean by that is, unless you create a product that is wholly inspired by who you are and your culture, you will have a hit or two for the next 5, 10, 20 years.
Yeah.
But is it sustainable to the extent of Pata Pata, Miriam Makeba's classic? Is it sustainable to the what eventually 20, 30, 40 years from now people will be talking about long after I'm buried? Nah, is it going to be that sustainable?
See what I mean?
You understand? So I believe very strongly that we haven't come to that position where we actually understand. We love our culture.
Of course we
know
do.
it.
Yeah.
But we still don't understand the commercial value of isikhathamiya. We still don't understand the global impact that isikhathamiya has over and above any and everyone.
Ladysmith Black Mambazo is a great example.
Yeah, is the only entity in the continent with 5 Grammys.
Yeah.
You know what it takes to win just one Grammy? You understand?
Yeah.
Especially the difference is the era that we won Grammys is a different era from now.
From now, very different.
To market and to lobby was 100 times more difficult
back then.
You know?
And I think even South Africans, but they don't even know what a Grammy is.
I don't think even people understand now what a Grammy is.
Yeah.
As in, born a shiner, there's this gold thing, but you don't know or understand that basically makes Ladysmith Black Mambazo an equal of James Brown and Michael Jackson.
Halala right now.
Do you understand?
Halala.
Because even James Brown, I don't even think James Brown has 5 Grammys.
Yeah, I know.
You know, okay, I stand corrected, but the point I'm trying to make is, in the end, until we understand the value in currency, in foreign currency of our culture, versus us gaining success from borrowing from somebody else's culture, we have yet to get to that point. We're gaining ground and a great deal of success. We have Black Coffee. We've got all these other people. We have what's the line? Zakes. We got Tyler. Great phenomenon. But I can only sit back and say, well, I hope it's sustainable.
Yeah.
Because what happens when the next kid comes
on the block
with a big lokuza, then your career, which is individual, by the way. Isikhathamiya is not individual.
It's not.
You have an anchor, Ladysmith Black Mambazo, but there are hundreds of other people that are coming up.
Yeah, you know? True. That is so true. Yeah. You mentioned you were in this industry. You got into the industry as young as 13, 14 years old. 9 years. Yeah. Do you feel like you were robbed of your childhood?
No. Not at all. In fact, I feel the opposite.
Yeah.
Rob of your childhood is when you wake up, you're 40, you're 60, you're a loser and nothing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Nothing to show. I don't feel robbed. I feel blessed that coming from Soweto, like deep Soweto.
Deep Soweto.
There's Soweto, then there's the suburbs, Dube. Now I'm from hardcore.
Oh, okay. You know, so Soweto, you know the streets.
Zola, you know, Mshazafe. That's where I come from.
Yeah.
You understand? It's like, and I know Mashu better than Tlanga.
Yeah.
You understand? So my point is, I had difficult choices to make, and there were only 3. I'm either going to be a gangster or soccer player, or I started ballroom dance. Because it was closer to the ladies.
Yeah, true.
The soccer players and the boxing guys were getting the ladies. So that's what really gave me a foundation to be in the arts and to love the arts. Of course, both my parents, I learned later, that are also from the arts. So I don't regret a second of losing a childhood, because I didn't lose any childhood. I just had a different path.
Yeah, true. You were blessed, actually. Let's speak about composers now. I know there's a big that we saw on social media, Ngombuso Khoza as well, being owed imali because he composed music for another show, which is no more airing. Singabafundisane, I'm an artist when it comes to that, because he says that he still hasn't been paid, kuze, kube, imanje, and it's a lot of money, really. Yeah.
I love Mbuso. I've done some work with him. I can't comment on any interaction he has with his business relationships, because I don't know. One, what I've learned from those that came from me, and what I try, which is very hard to do. You know, it's very hard to teach someone that's negotiating from a empty stomach.
Oh, yes.
Because they are not aware their future value.
Yes.
So you can teach.
Everything goes.
You can teach. You can. When I got my first $100, I thought I was wealthy and rich, you know, because I was hungry. But I was not aware at that point, chances are I'm worth $1 million. You know, so you can't teach someone. You can only advise or share an opinion. So my only opinion is, no matter how hungry you are, do not sign a thing without a lawyer.
Excuse the pun. I mean, excuse the language, but it's all good.
I think it's important language. Because sometimes people hear you better when you speak the language they understand.
True.
Do not sign a single thing without a lawyer.
Without a lawyer.
Do not, In fact, I'm so horrible at that. I have a lawyer check this lawyer, check this other. I have about 5 lawyers check one lawyer's signature. You understand? That's the reality of how it is.
That is so true because I mean, in the long run, it will give you a problem, and then you'll have matters afan and allow.
Then you end up spending a lot of money with lawyers fighting something that you already lose when you could have just spent a lot more money paying 1 or 2 really good lawyers to look at your stuff, and you live comfortably for the rest of your life.
So true. Speaking about language, let's speak about the love language. I mean, we cannot not sit down with Lebo M and not ask about the love language. Do you still believe in love?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yeah.
Anybody that doesn't believe in love is like, don't wake up and live there. Whether it's romantic love or loving humanity or just love. You don't believe in nothing, then the opposite of that, then you believe in hatred. Yeah. Or you believe in negativity. And I don't have to explain that to myself. That's what's important to me. Is I don't have to explain that to myself, that I wake up every day hoping I love better, I love my kids better, I learn better, you know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah. Let's get a bit personal now.
You want to ask about women?
Yes, of course I want to ask about women. I am going to go ask about women. I'm asking about...
Who believe in love, or
I want to ask about the women. I want to ask about the marriages. I want to ask about the divorces as well. What goes wrong? Make me understand.
Who says anything goes wrong? I can tell you what's wrong.
Okay.
And I'm starting to be comfortable answering that question.
Oh, nice.
I think what's wrong is the immaturity and the IQ of our society.
Oh.
Yeah? I'm not the first and only man that's been married 2 or 3 or 4 times.
Of course you are not.
Yeah? In fact, most people that ask me that question, not you per se, are probably the most miserable people in their lives. They don't have a woman, they don't have a man, they don't have either, and they're miserable, and they wake up and see a guy rebuilding a family every other 2-3 years.
Oh, wow.
And they're miserable.
And it doesn't work out, and then they move on over.
And then the opposite of that are those that are married for 15, 20, 30 years, but are the most miserable hypocrites. So because you can't look yourself in the mirror, you want to reflect, you want to live your happiness and your joy vicariously through Lebo M. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
So I'm not that miserable a person. And then tabloids. Why I'm starting to speak about the IQ of our country is because very sophisticated, highly successful people who are friends of mine really actually began judging me and who I am based on tabloids. So that tells me that tabloids are not really about the limited people that are supposedly in Ghana or people that are not educated that are buying into this thing. The average black person from the hood, successful, will buy business time, business everything, but they will buy a tabloid paper.
True.
Why? Because we are circulation tandem course.
Yeah.
You understand? And the problem is we've stopped thinking. We've stopped being analytical. You know, we actually take dumb shit like his Konamanye in the same wikiti married, or same day, he's married 7 times. And then an hour later, he's married 4 times. An hour later, he's married 10 times.
10 times.
You know, so only an idiotic nation takes that thing to heart and actually make it substantial.
What are your views on polygamy?
I don't have any views on polygamy because I don't practice polygamy.
Okay.
I don't know. I respect any other person's way of living.
Given a choice, would you practice?
It's too expensive, and I don't have the energy.
I think so too.
Go, house 1, house 2, house 3. Yo, I can't handle one woman at a time. What are you talking about?
Rumor has it that there's a somebody already in your life, a fiance. How true is this?
Who gives a
I want to know.
Yeah, if there is, it's mine. If there isn't, it's none of your business.
Come on, we're going to find out about it anyway.
I don't know what's in your bedroom. Can you tell me your shit and I'll tell you mine?
Well, do you want me to tell you
Hell no, I don't want to know.
Now tell me. I want to know.
You want to know what?
Is there someone? Is there a potential somebody?
No, some idiot put that on the tabloids.
Which is a lie.
I'm not going to say it's a lie or not. But I'm going to say the stupidity of my country. Look, we have so many problems in this country. Really. I mean, we got cops that are corrupt. You got government that are corrupt. You got people that are hungry. You got all kinds of things. And you worry about my damn bedroom? Really?
True.
Is that how smart
There's
we become?
poverty. Yeah.
There's poverty. Is that how smart we become? Talk about Mkwanazi. Talk about other things, you know. Get the my bedroom.
Yeah. Let's get more now on the family front and on the kids. How is Toby?
Don't edit that. I'll sue you. I got Jewish lawyers
No,
and
we're not.
township lawyers at the same time.
How's Toby?
I have a sense of humor. I have a life, you know. So
Yeah.
I look at this and I laugh. Because, hey, I'm about to be miserable.
I'm like,
you know?
no. Like, I know the truth at the end of the day. Yeah. How's Toby?
Huh?
How's the Toby? How's family?
My son.
Yes.
Yeah, he's somewhere in the world.
What do you mean? Like, when's the last time you spoke to him?
I don't remember. He's 27 years old.
He's so young.
Yeah.
Where in the world is he?
My life with any of my kids ends at 22. Call me on extreme emergency.
Wait, so now, most of
call
22, are you kicked out of the house? Like, go find it?
No, I kick you out at 19.
Damn.
I'm old school.
Why?
Why? I left the country at 16. F out of my house. With whoever is in my house. Yeah, but anyway. And I know why you're asking.
Yeah.
You know, that dumb shit that was on television. I'm going to assume that. Because everybody asks me about that. Whatever's on television doesn't mean it's permanent. Yeah. It's like if you're a family member and in next to Bayalwa, and you hear it and you see them fighting, only your dumbass will say that's a permanent fight.
Because that's not
Sepiso
true.
is my son, will always be my son. Some don't happen on television that was actually manipulated by the directors and many other events that are not on screen.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to waste my time explaining myself. I got issues with him. What father doesn't have an issue with a grown-up child of theirs?
Of course.
You know, so
Yeah.
I have serious issues with him. But he's my son.
Of course.
I got serious issues with my daughters, and they're adults. They're creating their own path.
And how supportive have they been? And then towards Ubaba Lebo M?
They don't have to be. Yeah, they're not obligated to be. They are adults, and they have a right to have their opinion about themselves, and
Of
they
course.
have a right to have their opinion about me.
Yeah.
We don't have to agree on their opinion of me. I don't agree on how they choose to live their lives. We argue a lot, like any parents.
Of course.
Does the kids. So
Of course.
I don't have a problem with that.
And your daughter Refi, as well as your grandchild? How's that? How's things going?
Riff is amazing. In fact, to the contrary, I fight a lot with Riff, yeah?
Oh, okay.
More than anybody.
I feel like you fight with everybody.
No, I fight a lot with Riffy because she feels she has a lot more access to me than her two older sisters.
Oh.
And you know, she's a hardcore gangster middle child who basically pressed the envelopes. When Riffy was 17, she's the first one to literally, Dad, meet my boyfriend. And I'm like, whoa.
Where is this coming from?
You know.
And how was that?
No,
And-
she has
and-
two older sisters.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know. And her older sisters, even now, I never heard that from them. You understand?
And did you get to meet the boyfriend?
Huh?
You,
Who?
did you, yeah, got it at 17.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind? What did you do?
He ran 5 seconds after I introduced myself.
And what did she
No, I must
say?
remember, my daughter's challenging me.
Yeah.
Okay, my older sisters don't have the guts, so I'm going to bring my boyfriend. I said, oh, okay, you have a job? Yeah. All right, cool. And you're who? Mr. Manavan, don't touch me. And you get, Dad. Oh, okay. He wants to sit over there. No, you sit here. A boy said he's going to the toilet. He never came back.
Oh, kids. Kids will be kids.
Yeah.
Projects that you are currently working on. I did mention earlier on that you are not about to stop anytime soon. And ngiyakubona ukuthi umuntu ohlezi kumsebenzi. What are you currently working
Not
on?
only sevens. I'm doing, I think, the most important project of my entire life. I'm honoring my number one hero, a man I believe is the greatest hero and the biggest success, whether commercially or not, does not matter. The biggest success and the biggest ambassador of South African music and South African culture, Babu Joseph Shabalala.
Oh, yes.
The founder of Ladies Selbeyonce Mambas.
Oh, yes.
And I was here 5 years ago when he passed away, but I had known him for many years, had been in his space.
Yeah.
When we opened the Disney theme park, I insisted that it's me and Lady Smith played Mambazo. I remember just one phone call and he came and we did that project and I put him in the studio at that time. It has quite frankly been depressing over the years before he passed away. I think it became more personal when he passed away, that nothing of significance has ever really been done, not only by South Africa, but the continent.
The world.
To say, do you know and understand who this man was and what his work has done around the world for South Africa and the continent? So over the years, and then I did a movie in 2013 and met his son, Nkosinathi Shabalala.
Yeah.
I call him the ultimate underdog that no one knows.
Yeah.
His firstborn son to me is the most talented of all of them. Why? Because one is the underdog, and me being the underdog, I love underdogs.
Yes.
And in 2013, I was doing a movie called Blended with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, and I desperately wanted to. I had this sound in my head. I had Lady Smith play Mambazo, so I couldn't find Ubaba or their agent in the local. Then someone sent me a tape with this song. Okay. I listened to the song thinking it's Lady Smith play Mambazo, but the song was so deep, the lyrical content, how it was written, it felt new and revised. So I dug and found out that's Nkosinathi. So I've been working with him since 2013. But in the last 5 years, actually more than 5 years, I started focusing on studying him, and I realized that his way of writing his katameya, his lyrics, his everything, his melodies, his harmonies, it's like the next level. So long story short, when Ubaba passed away, I happened to be here and then went to the memorial and we started talking. I made a commitment to myself that I'm going to honor this man one day, and I don't know where that one day is. And that one day came about a year and a half ago. I saw Nkosinathi was really depressed and he was missing his father. So I made a joke. I played him a song that he played for me many years ago. So I said, let's do this project.
Yeah.
So then I signed him to my label. We started curating Nkosinathi for the last 2 years. It just so happened. This was not planned in the boardroom. It just so happened when we were ready to release the 2 singles, which we did, Msebenzi.
Yeah.
It was just perfect timing that I'm home and it's Heritage Month. And it falls within the space Betigabab.
Oh, yeah.
And it's 5 years since he passed away.
Yeah.
So when we got together with my team and we said, okay, and then everybody start talking the same old crap, let's speak to government. I said, I ain't speaking to nobody. If I speak to anybody,
it's going to take forever.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So first thing first, book the most prestigious venue that has historical in Durban. So we booked and paid Playhouse and took over Playhouse.
Oh, fantastic.
But we're not going to make any seats. Who said we're making any seats? Making money for seats. I want to honor my hero.
Oh, lovely.
And I want to do it in a way that has a global impact for the man he was. The stature, and it's like, it's the don't belong in Playhouse. And say, well, let's take over Playhouse.
Yeah.
And make it Joseph Shabalala's Playhouse.
Nice.
For that one day. And I want the best talent in the country. I changed my mind. I said, no, I want the best talent in KZN.
Okay.
1 or 2 phone calls. Big Zulu, less than 10 seconds, Ngezabab.
Lovely.
Kuzani Ngezabab.
Lovely.
We realized, whoa, this is going to be a 17-hour show.
Yeah.
So we curated it to specific talent, specific artists, and release Nkosinathi Shabalala with it. So Nkosinathi, you'll have an image of Gababu Shabalala and Nkosinathi Shabalala's image on stage, because the highlight is even how we released Nkosinath's music video.
Yeah.
I decided, I respect it, I love it, and if I respect it and I love it that much, I must put my money on it. Yeah.
Nice.
Really. I can put money on hoes and everywhere else. Yeah. So I must put my money where I believe. No? So I decided, let's do something different. We're going to create a documentary on Nkosinathi. Book out the most prestigious venue where people go to a movie.
Yeah.
In the most prestigious
location.
City. You don't expect a premiere of a Skatameya.
Yes.
I said around only Mhlanga or Balito.
Balito.
So fortunately, we were able to secure 2 screens at Balito. And we did a beautiful launch of Nkosinathi Shabalala.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And then from there, we're now preparing for the 24th. And we have a great list of artists, and we have a great event that is going to hopefully say to country, especially to province, that we have to give each other respect first. Yeah, we have to give each other respect. You can't respect and love that which you don't put your money on.
That is
Otherwise,
true.
you end up putting your money on everybody else's culture, which is the norm. So hopefully, because we're not looking at the commerciality of selling tickets, and I said to the guys, let's do something different. I want over 30% of the seats filled by children from the township.
Okay.
Pass them in for free.
Yes.
But no, wow.
And give them the experience.
But there must be a criteria. That kid that's hungry, that has a class tomorrow, but is excelling in school, I want that kid sitting on that free kid. I don't want any other kid.
No other kid.
Because that kid gets inspired, right?
True.
And the one who clever, low, when's our uncle
Okay.
yeah, but this one gets attention. So now let me clean up my act. So
My
there must
act.
be
what a nice way.
Yeah, there must be a strategy and a formula that reaches that kid. Because I am that kid. At age 7, I am that kid.
Yeah.
Who goes hungry, but I don't stop dreaming.
Mhla uhamba emhlabeni baba, what would you want to be remembered as?
A hustler from Soweto.
I know, not just a hustler. The great. The great.
I know. I don't like that. I like it. I appreciate it. But I think it's overused in South Africa. It confuses people.
Okay.
Yeah. There are people who live like they are legends and icons, but they are so messed up in their mind because it's very hard to live up to that label, right? It's frustrating to live. First of all, it's hard and difficult to be famous.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
It's terrible, trust me.
Do you know what it's like to be famous and broke?
Oh, tell me about it.
Do you know what it's like to be famous, broke, and be called a fake label that you're not and you don't have a bank account, you're a legend? So I don't encourage that. As much as I appreciate the sentiment, I don't encourage it because it has messed up the industry. It has messed up young people that release a song or two and it makes 1 or 2 or 3 million sales, then they're iconic, then they're legends. So it has no value anymore.
Yeah.
Suddenly there are so many people that are getting doctorates. But I don't know Quincy Jones calling himself Dr. Quincy Jones.
Dr.
But I have at
Quincy
least
Jones.
know 5 broke-ass South Africans with 2 or 3 projects that are Dr. So-and-so.
I didn't mean to laugh.
I'm not laughing, I'm serious. I'm a South African first before anything.
Yeah,
and these
of
things
course.
concern me like anybody else.
Yeah.
We're messing up kids, we're messing up society, and we're creating labels and putting labels on things of no substance.
Yeah. I would love for us to continue this conversation, like sitting with you. Yeah, I'm learning so much as well myself. It's been absolutely great. We do not want you to stop with the work that you are doing. You are absolutely amazing. I feel South Africa and Gakulugazi, us in the industry, can learn so much from you also. I think masterclasses. I don't think you will do that but that is cool. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been absolutely great. Uklala with the legend himself, Lebo M. There's so much more that he is about to release. We are just we will always be ready and we'll always be here to support. Thank you so much for taking time out and sitting us with us. Thank you, Lebo M.